The Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You like it, you love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. When the average man becomes engaged, it's usually to just one woman. But leave it to the Great Gildersleeve to be a little different. He now finds himself betrothed to two women, his new sweetheart, Adeline Fairchild, and his old flame, Leela Ransom. At the moment, he's discussing his predicament with the new member of the family, the baby.
What am I going to do, baby? I can't marry both of them. If you were in a situation like this, what would you do? Oh, thanks. You're a big help. How do I get into these things? What are you laughing at? The only reason I got into this marriage business is because I could adopt you. You know, baby, you've caused me a lot of trouble since I found you in that parking lot. Yes, but you're worth it, baby. I have to make up my mind pretty soon. I've been stalling them both for a week now. They're getting a little impatient. But which one do I want to marry? Adeline's sweet, but so is Leela. And Leela's awfully cute, but so is Adeline. Right back where I started. Just have to stall them a little longer. Well, better get down to the office. See you tonight, baby. Yeah, goodbye. Guess I'll go out the back way.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I'm going to work now, Bertie. You better watch the baby.
Yes, sir, I will.
Hope I can get the car out without Leela and Adeline seeing me.
You poor man. Haven't you made up your mind yet, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, I haven't, Bertie.
My goodness, it's bad enough being engaged to two women without having them both live in the same house right next door.
Yes, well...
Yes, sir, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're trapped.
Bertie, shh, not so loud. I'm trying to get out without them hearing me.
Oh, I get it.
Goodbye, Bertie.
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve. Good luck.
Well, shades are still down next door. Guess they're still asleep. I'll just sneak by their window. Made it. I'll open the garage door real easy. Oh, my goodness. Must oil that someday. Well, so far, so good. I'll back out real quiet. Looks like I'm going to make it. Ta-ta, girls. Have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch Gildersleeve. Oh, they're shooting at me. A blowout.
That you, Throckmorton?
Hello, Adeline.
You, Throckmorton?
Leela. Good morning, girls. Sorry I woke you up. Just had a little blowout. Old retread. Goodbye.
Throckmorton, now, you wait a minute. I want to talk to you. Yes, and I want a few words with you, too.
You do? What about?
You know very well what about. You've been dodging me for days now. I want to ask you a personal question. Just a moment. I want to ask Throckmorton a question.
Girls?
Pardon me, Cousin Leela. I'm talking to Throckmorton. Well, excuse me, Cousin Adeline. I'm talking to Throckmorton.
Don't fight, girl.
Well, I happen to be engaged to him. Well, I happen to be engaged to him, too.
Of course, you're both engaged to me. I mean...
Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, do you intend to marry your Adeline or not?
Marry you, Adeline? Why, certainly.
Throckmorton, how can you marry Adeline when you're going to marry me?
That's a very interesting question. Well, gotta go to work.
Throckmorton, you come back here. I want an answer right now. So do I. We're going to settle this. You wait there, Throckmorton. I'm coming right down. I'm coming down, too. We're going to have a long talk.
That's what they think. They'll have to catch me first. Oh, morning, Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. My, you seem a little out of breath.
Yes, I decided to run to work this morning.
Well, some people say it's much healthier to run than to walk.
Certainly was this morning.
By the way, Mr. Gildersleeve, how are your two fiancées?
What? Oh, they're fine.
Have you decided yet which one is to be the future Mrs. Gildersleeve?
No, I haven't, Peavy. I just can't make up my mind.
Well, I've been giving your problem quite a bit of thought.
You have?
Yes, and I've come to one conclusion.
What's that?
You're in an awful mess.
Well, you're certainly a big help, Peavy. A fine friend you are. Now's the time I really need some advice.
Well, I was in a similar predicament when I was young. You might benefit by my experience.
Peavy, don't tell me you were engaged to two women.
No, not exactly. But while I was betrothed to Mrs. Peavy, another woman came into my life.
Really?
I hope to tell you.
Well, who was this other woman?
Well, her name was Fifi Latour. She was an actress.
Huh?
And she was crazy about me.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. She was a soubrette in the road company at the Red Mill. She came out in the second act in black tights. And she sang that song, Just Because You're You, Dear. Just because...
Okay, Peavy. How do you know she was crazy about you?
Well, right in the middle of the song, she leaned over the footlights and winked in my direction.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Is that all?
I couldn't sleep all that night. I knew it was either Miss Latour or the future Mrs. Peavy. So the next day I went back to the theater, and what do you think?
What?
The show had left town and gone to Peoria.
Oh.
But I'll never forget her singing that song. Just because you're you, dear.
Peavy.
Just because you're you.
Peavy.
And then she winked at me. And the darn fool sitting next to me thought she was winking at him.
Ye gods, I should have known better than to come to you for advice. You're just married to one woman. You don't have any problems.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh!
That you, Unky?
I don't know.
It's about time you got home. I was getting worried about you.
Worried, Marjorie? I phoned you that I was having dinner downtown. Then I decided to go to a movie. Just felt like being alone.
Oh, I see. What picture did you see, Unky?
Picture? I don't know. I guess I didn't notice.
Oh, well, the phone's been ringing all evening.
Oh, it has?
First Mrs. Ransom called, and then Miss Fairchild, and then
Mrs. Ransom called.
And they both left messages for you to call them back.
Thank you, my dear. Well, I'll call them sometime. Next month, maybe.
Poor Unky. You're really in trouble this time, aren't you?
Well, sort of.
Uncle Mort, you'll have to face them sometime. Haven't you decided yet which one you want to marry?
No, but I'm working on it.
You know, you remind me of the character in this play I'm studying.
Who's that?
Hamlet.
Who?
He couldn't make up his mind either. He wouldn't marry Ophelia, and then everybody thought he was crazy.
He wasn't so crazy.
Hi, Unc.
Leroy, it's almost 10 o'clock. Why aren't you in bed?
I was waiting up for the latest news flash. Have you decided who you're going to marry yet, Unc?
No, I haven't.
Gee, I wish you'd hurry up. The suspense is killing me.
Leroy, I will decide this in my own good time.
Well, if you can't make up your mind, why don't you flip a coin?
This is a serious matter, young man. Flip a coin. That's ridiculous.
Don't mind Leroy, Uncle Mort. I understand. It isn't easy to decide something important like this.
That's right, my dear. It takes a lot of thought. I'm the cautious type. That's why I haven't made many mistakes where women are concerned. Leroy. I don't want to hear another word about this.
Well, you gotta make up your mind. What...
Leroy, go to bed.
Okay, good night.
I think I'll go too, Unky. Good night. And don't worry.
I won't. Good night, my dear. Wish I could stop worrying. I'll have to work this out some way. But how? Maybe I could flip a coin. No, that's a coward's way out. Now, let's see. When you pick a wife, you have to think about the future, too. Now, who'll be the best companion in later life? Now, just suppose I married Adeline. She's the stay-at-home type. I can just see us. 30 years from now, we'd be sitting by the fireside after dinner.
Throckmorton,
Yes, Adeline?
isn't this nice, just sitting here together?
Yes, 'tis. I'm a little tired tonight.
I know, darling. You work so hard down at that water department.
Would you like to go to a movie tonight, dear?
No, let's just stay home. And tomorrow we'll go visit Leroy and his wife. And Leroy Jr.
All right.
I declare the little boy looks just like Leroy.
Yes, he does. Poor kid.
Oh, you.
We've had a wonderful 30 years, Adeline. Our children grown up and married. We have our health and our friends. And Truman's still president.
Yes, Throckmorton, we've been happy.
It's been wonderful. Yep. Guess I'd be pretty happy with Adeline, all right. Now, I wonder about Leela. She's sort of a gadabout. Likes a good time. Wonder how we'd be 30 years from now.
Throckmorton,
Yes, Leela?
are we staying home tonight?
Well, darling, I'm a little tired. Why don't we just stay here and watch the movies on the television?
Now, I'm tired of television movies. Every night the same thing. Hop along, Cassidy. I want to go dancing and have fun.
We went to a dance last night.
Yes, and you just sat in the corner. Judge Hooker danced with me all evening.
Yes, but today the old goat can't get out of his wheelchair.
Oh, come on, Throckmorton.
Well, all right, Leela. Help me up. Oh, my back. Oh, for 30 years, nothing but dances and parties. Why didn't I marry Adeline? That's it. Adeline's the one, all right. My worries are over. But wait a minute. How do I get rid of Leela? That fella Hamlet thought he had worries. The piker.
You know, Pa came... Oh, hello, Bertie.
Hello, Mr. Wall. That Leroy.
What's the matter, Bertie?
That boy says I'm always saying what I'm saying.
You're always saying...
About parquet margarine, Mr. Wall.
Oh, you mean about what a grand flavor parquet has and things like that. And how it's just as nutritious as the most costly spreads, even though it costs about half as much.
That Leroy. He don't like talking, but he sure likes tasting.
Well, we probably all do a lot of talking about how parquet is like a rare luxury food. After all, parquet is prepared like a luxury from selected products of American farms. And it tastes like a luxury. We all know it has that wonderful, sweet, light flavor, whether you spread it on waffles or biscuits, pancakes or bread.
That ain't what Leroy says I'm always saying.
Well, what are you always saying, Bertie?
Tastes like it should cost twice as much.
Well, that's just the plain truth. What's the matter with saying it?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, let's say something to our audience, Bertie. Friends, try parquet. See if you don't find that you agree with Bertie, that it tastes like it should cost twice as much. That's Parkay, Parkay margarine made by Kraft. Well, the great Gildersleeve has finally made up his mind he wants to marry Adeline. But there's one catch in his matrimonial plans. He still has to break his engagement to Leela. There's only one thing to do in a case like that, and that's see a lawyer.
Well, Gildy, I must say this is a very interesting situation.
Yes, but how do I get out of it, Judge?
Well, let's review the case. You've gotten yourself engaged to 2 women.
I don't need a lawyer to tell me that.
Not only that, you became engaged to them at the same time.
All right, Hooker, what does that prove?
Proves you're the biggest boob in Summerfield.
Now, look here, you old goat. There's nothing funny about this. I'm in serious trouble. And since you're an alleged lawyer, I thought you might...
All right, my fat friend. Since you got yourself into this, I suppose I'll have to help you out.
Okay, start helping me.
Well, there are 2 ways to handle this. One way would be for you to be a man about it and simply go to Leela and tell her you've decided not to marry her.
What's the other way?
Or you might persuade her to break the engagement.
What? Leela never do that.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, suppose you were to get Leela interested in another man. Then she might break her engagement to you.
I don't know, Judge. Who could we get?
Well, it should be a man who's younger and handsomer than you. Of course, that shouldn't be difficult. I would suggest myself, but I'm afraid I can't spare the time.
Oh, that's too bad.
Say, what about that young bank teller?
Who's that?
You know, Barney Caldwell.
Barney?
Leela used to go out with him when you and she were spatting.
That's right, Judge. She did kind of like Barney.
He has all the necessary qualifications. He's young, looks like a collar ad. It might work.
By George, Hooker, you're all right. Yes, sir. You've got something under your hat besides hair.
Well, I guess my upper story is occupied all right.
Certainly is, old friend. Well, see you later, Judge. I've got a little business to attend to at the bank. Yeah, glad I got here early. No crowd yet. Wonder what window Barney works at. Let me see. New accounts, loans. Oh, there he is. At that teller window over there. Oh, well, this won't take long. Just one woman ahead of me. Barney looks like a collar ad, all right. Look at those eyelashes. Well, I'll act like I just dropped in. You're sly, Gildersleeve.
35, 40, 45, $50, and 53 cents. There you are, Miss Scott. That makes it.
Thank you.
Not at all. Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Barney.
Haven't seen you for a long time.
No, that's right. Just happened to be passing by. Thought I'd drop in and transact a little business.
Oh? Well, I thought you banked over at the Farmers and Merchants.
Well, I do, Barney, but there's no reason why I can't give you a little of my business.
Oh, thanks. What can I do for you?
Well, I wonder if you'd give me $1 worth of nickels.
Why, of course.
A little short of nickels at my bank this morning. Guess everybody's making phone calls.
I see. Well, there you are.
Thank you very much, Barney. Nice to see you again, Barney.
Thank you.
We ought to get together sometime.
Well, all right.
And Barney, an old friend of yours is back in town.
Who's that?
Leela Ransom.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. And there's a certain person she'd like to see. Guess who?
Who?
A handsome young bank teller.
But, Mr. Gildersleeve, I thought Leela was sort of interested in you.
Me? No.
Oh.
Leela like me? That's ridiculous. She'd naturally prefer a man like you. You're younger than I am. You're better looking.
I guess you're right.
Well, Leela's staying with her cousin right next door to me. Why don't we drop over and see him sometime?
All right, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Sometime real soon.
Well?
How about tonight?
Tonight? Well, I suppose I...
Good. You come by my house about 8, and we'll go over and see the girls together. Goodbye.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes?
You forgot your nickels.
Nichols? Oh, yes, thank you. See you tonight. Nichols.
Throckmorton.
Good evening, Leela.
And who's this? Why, it's Barney Caldwell.
Hello, Leela.
Well, how on earth did you two ever get together?
Yes. Aren't you going to invite us in, Leela?
Well, of course. Come right in.
Thank you.
After you, Barney.
Throckmorton, where have you been hiding? I want to talk to you.
Some other time, Leela can't talk in front of company. Where's Adeline?
Oh, she'll be down in a minute. Sit down, Barney. And, Throckmorton, you can sit here with me on the sofa.
No, I think Barney ought to sit next to you. Well, after all, Leela, he's a guest. Go on, Barney.
Well, all right.
That's a boy. I'll just sit over here in this big chair. My, you look beautiful tonight, Leela.
Why, thank you, sir.
Don't you think she looks beautiful, Barney?
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir. And you look mighty handsome yourself, Barney, in that gray herringbone suit.
Well, thanks.
Don't you think Barney looks handsome tonight, Leela?
Deed I do.
In fact, you make a very handsome couple.
Throckmorton, what's gotten into you tonight?
Me? Why, nothing. What makes you ask that?
Well, it seems to me that
Well, it's nice of you to call, Throckmorton.
Hello, Adeline.
Oh, mercy. I didn't know we had company.
Cousin Adeline, may I present Mr. Barney Caldwell? Barney, this is my older cousin, Adeline Fairchild.
How do you do?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Barney's sort of an old friend of Leela's.
Well, Cousin Leela, how on earth did you ever get such an attractive friend?
Adeline, want to come over and sit down by me?
Adeline can take my place next to Barney.
No. I mean, Leela, where'll you sit?
Why, Throckmorton, darling, I'll just come right over and plump myself down on the arm of your chair.
But...
Now, isn't that cozy?
Well, Mr. Caldwell, I believe I will sit down by you.
Of course, Miss Fairchild.
Why don't you just call me Adeline?
All right. And you call me Barney.
All right. Barney.
What's the matter, Throckmorton, darling? Aren't you comfortable?
What? Oh, yes, very comfortable, Leela. Adeline?
What line of work are you in, Barney?
Well, I'm connected with the Summerfield First National.
Oh, a banker.
Well, I'm just a teller at present.
Adeline?
Throckmorton, now you just pay attention to your Leela. You haven't said boo to me.
Oh? Well, boo. Adeline?
Barney, I'll bet it won't be long before you work yourself right up to vice president.
Well, I am trying to advance myself. Right now I'm taking a correspondence course in first and second mortgages.
Oh, why, that's wonderful. I've always wanted to know about first and second mortgages.
You have?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'd be glad to explain them to you.
Adeline, Leela, get your head out of the way. Adeline, Barney, I just had a wonderful idea. Let's all go to a movie.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Throckmorton.
Sure, we'll all go. Leela and Barney and Adeline and me.
Well, I'd rather just stay at home and hear about first and second mortgages. That is, if Barney doesn't mind.
But Adeline...
Mine? Why, I'd be delighted. You don't often find a girl that's interested in the banking game.
But Barney...
I know. Why don't you and Cousin Leela run along to a movie without us?
Oh, what a marvelous idea. Come on, Throckmorton.
Wait a minute.
Well, I'm sure you'd like to be alone with Leela, Throckmorton. After all, you two are engaged.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're engaged to Leela?
Well, sort of.
Well, congratulations. Well, you two lovebirds just run along. Adeline, I'll stay here.
But I'm engaged to Adeline, too.
What?
Well, not anymore, you're not, Throckmorton.
Huh?
You can just stay engaged to that girl that's practically sitting on your lap.
But Adeline.
Come on, Throckmorton.
What movie do you want to see, Leela?
Oh, I don't want to see any movie, Throckmorton.
What?
I just wanted to get you alone where we could talk.
No, Leela.
Throckmorton, there's something I wanted to tell you.
What's that?
Our engagement is off.
Off?
You don't want to marry little Leela? Cousin Adeline's the girl of your choice. Why, it's as plain as the nose on your face.
Well,
Yes, poor Leela knows she's lost you. So, I'll just make a little curtsy and gracefully step aside. After all, we're old friends, Throckmorton, and it's your happiness that counts. So I'm leaving town.
You are? Gosh, Leela, you're true blue.
And Throckmorton,
Yes?
I have a teensy-weensy confession to make.
What's that?
Well, all the time I was engaged to you, I was sort of promised to somebody else, too.
You were? Who?
Wildcat Hathaway. He's been down in Texas looking for oil.
Oh?
I got a wire from him today. One of his wells came in. So I'm going back to him. He needs me.
Sure, Leela, you just go right ahead.
And Throckmorton, I hope you find every happiness with Cousin Adeline.
Thanks, Leela. I'm sure we... Wait a minute. Adeline's back there with that collar ad. See you later, Leela. Adeline, turn up those lights.
Now, more names of winners in Parquet's $50,000 baby naming contest. Here are the four entrants who won 1949 four-door Ford sedans in the fourth week's contest.
I want to hear this.
Mrs. Willie Lou Taylor of St. Louis, Missouri. Mrs. Buford W. Tucker of Donaldson, Tennessee. Mrs. Rudy Blaha, Jr. of Los Angeles, California. Mrs. A.N. Prestoff of Westfield, New Jersey.
Great.
Our congratulations and best wishes to the four of you, and to the 140 other prize winners who will be notified by mail. We hope that all of you will continue to use Parquet, the margarine that tastes like it should cost twice as much. That's Parquet margarine made by Kraft.
Well, I guess I let you down, baby. Yeah, yes, I did. Adeline wouldn't even talk to me last night. And now I've lost her. How am I going to adopt you if I don't...
Oh, Throckmorton.
Adeline.
How's my cute little old husband-to-be?
Husband-to-be? But Adeline, I thought our engagement was off.
Oh, I was just pretending, lover boy. It never hurts to make a man jealous.
But I thought you and Barney, he's so handsome.
I don't want a handsome man, Throckmorton. I just want you.
Yeah. You do? You hear that, baby? I'm engaged again. That's what I think, too. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry, Adeline by Miss Una Merkel, and Leela by Shirley Mitchell. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Cheese lovers, make a note of this. Now, just in time for Thanksgiving feasting, Kraft has plenty of aged natural American for you. Since before the war, the demand for cheese has been so great that it's been difficult to set aside enough to send to the curing rooms. But for the last year, Kraft has been selecting fine golden wheels, guarding them for months while they develop that mellow goodness that comes only from aging. So now, Kraft has plenty of aged natural American, and it's waiting for you at your dealers. Tomorrow, ask him for a big wedge of aged natural American, the Kraft kind.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Kraft Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You'll like it, you'll love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is.
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Well, let's see what's doing with the Great Gildersleeve. It's the morning before Thanksgiving. There's a white blanket on the ground, a brown turkey in the oven, and our rotund water commissioner is in a holiday mood.
Up and at 'em, Leroy. Time for breakfast.
Okay, Unc, wait till I tie my shoelace.
Well, hurry up. Time and untied shoelaces wait for no man. Well, not bad before breakfast.
Uncle Mort?
Yes, Marjorie?
Uncle Mort, just look at my hair.
My goodness, is that your hair? What happened to it?
I shampooed it, and there isn't enough water to rinse the soap out.
Oh, well, I have noticed the pressure's down a little.
I wanted to look pretty for the Thanksgiving game tomorrow. What's wrong with the pressure?
Yeah, it was so low last night I couldn't even take my bath.
Leroy, let's not say that like it's the only thing you have to be thankful for.
Well, you just have to do something about it, Unky.
I'll call Charlie Anderson at the reservoir as soon as I get to the office.
But the soap's drying. How will I wash it out?
Why do you want to wash the soap out, Marge? It looks better all gooed up.
Quiet, you.
Which one has the soap suds, Tony?
Oh, shut up.
Now, Leroy, I'll look into it, my dear.
Please do.
Oh, my goodness. Nobody seems to realize how busy I've been lately. Engaged to Adeline and Leela at the same time, and trying to get disengaged from Leela. I've been a busy man.
I'll say.
Leroy, your opinion has not been solicited.
Okay. Water pressure's pretty bad, though, huh, Unc?
I don't want to hear any more about it from anybody. Pass the toast.
Sure.
Morning, Mr. Gildersleeve, Leroy.
Hi.
Morning, Bertie. How are you this morning?
I'm okay, but the water's sure low.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, and with all this cooking for Thanksgiving, we need a lot of water.
I know, Bertie.
It sure is slowing up things in the kitchen.
I understand that, Bertie.
I turned on the faucet full force this morning. All I got was trickle, trickle, trickle.
I'll take good care of it, Bertie, believe me.
That's good, because yesterday I got a big trickle. Today, just a little trickle. Who knows what kind of trickle I'm going to get tomorrow?
Yeah, just leave everything to me, Bertie, and don't worry.
Oh, I ain't going to worry. Working for the water commission, it'd be silly to worry about water.
Well, I'm glad that's settled.
You sure is slowing up things in the kitchen. Trickle, trickle, trickle.
Sounds like a complaint. These things should be handled through the office, not at the breakfast table.
Hey, Unc, it's Thanksgiving vacation. Can I go down to the office with you?
Leroy, why do you want to go down to the office?
Gosh, Craig's got a cold and Piggy's got the measles. I don't have anybody healthy to play with.
Leroy, the pressure's down and I'm going to be busy.
Well, that's why I want to go. How's a little kid going to learn anything if he doesn't learn it from his uncle?
What?
I want to see how you handle those big problems.
Well, it is something to see.
Sure, like you say, it's time I knew how to do things. I'm not going to be in school forever.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, Leroy. Well, I guess you can come along.
Oh, boy. It's swell of you to let me come to the office, Unc.
You won't enjoy it, Leroy. People will be calling me all morning to ask about the water.
What makes water pressure go up and down, Unc?
Well, Leroy, it could be any one of a number of things.
Like what?
Well, perhaps the snifter valve isn't working or something.
What does a snifter valve do?
What does it do? Well, that sort of top drawer information, Leroy. You tell too many people what a snifter valve does, and pretty soon everybody has a water plant of his own.
Gosh, you have to know a lot to be a water commissioner, don't you, Unc?
Well, you can't be a dunderhead. The door's locked. Where is that Bessie? What a secretary. Can't even remember to come to work.
Last night you said you gave her the weekend off.
Oh, yes. Bessie's going over the river and through the woods to her grandmother's house for Thanksgiving.
Here, I'll pick up your mail and newspaper off the floor, Unc.
Yeah, just give me the newspaper, Leroy. Those letters with those little windows don't look very important from here.
Here you are. Hey, Unc, since Bessie isn't here, can I be your secretary and answer phone calls?
Well, I guess it won't do any harm.
Gee, thanks, Unc. And let me know if you want me to take a letter, Mr. Commissioner Gildersleeve. I'll be right in with my pad and pencil.
Yeah, just answer the phone, my boy. If there are any complaints, tell them I'll call them back. Who came in? Oh, the judge.
Hello, Gildy. Greetings of the season.
Yeah, hello, Judge.
And Leroy, felicitations.
Hi.
Felicitations.
Care to have a chair, Judge? I'm Bessie this morning.
Thank you, Leroy. You make a very handsome Bessie.
Ah.
Oh, brother.
And now, if you don't mind, Bessie, I'd like to have a word with the commissioner about the water situation.
What? You too, Hooker? Leroy, step into the outer office.
Oh, for corn's sake.
Leroy?
But, Unc, I'm your secretary. I get to hear these things like Bessie does.
Well, here's a quarter. Go get a malt like Bessie does.
Gee, thanks. So long, Unc. Judge, you take the phone calls. You can be Bessie till I get back.
All right, Leroy, I'm Bessie.
Bessie. Look more like Bessie's grandmother. Or the wolf. Close the door, Leroy.
Gildy, you seen this morning's paper?
What do you mean?
Let me read you this editorial.
Huh?
Quote, what has happened to Summerfield's water pressure? Citizens ask Mayor Terwilliger for answer.
Citizens? Oh, for...
Is the slow trickle out of water faucets due to big drip in water department?
Oh. Let me see that.
Wait a minute, Gildy, wait a minute. Look at this cartoon on the next page. It's a picture of you and the mayor.
It is?
Dressed up like Jack and Jill, carrying a water pail.
Give me that paper up. Well, does look a little like me at that. I'm not quite that fat around the knees, but what does it say?
Jack and Jill are going over the hill if they don't fetch a pail of water. Not very far from the truth, Gildy. Has the mayor called you yet?
Well, no. I guess I'd better go see him, Judge, and beat him to the punch.
I'd do it right away, Gildy, without a moment's delay.
Quit rushing me, Horace.
Just trying to build a fire under you, Gildy. Now it's up to you to get enough water to put it out. Happy Thanksgiving!
Be careful of that gobble, Hooker. Everybody doesn't have his turkey yet. What'll I tell the mayor? Better call Charlie Anderson and find out. I always hate to call Charlie when there's trouble. He's such a cantankerous old rooster.
Hello, Summerfield Reservoir speaking. Sure, Nichols, start talking.
Charlie, Commissioner Gildersleeve. Charlie, have you read the paper this morning about the water pressure being down?
I don't have to read the dad-blasted paper to know that, Commissioner. I'm on the job.
Yeah. Charlie, let's show a little respect. What's the matter with the water pressure?
We're going dry, that's what's the matter. Water's so low in the reservoir, every time a duck lands, he scrapes his fuselage on the bottom.
This is no time for jokes.
Well, it ain't the problem the paper's painted to be, Commissioner. All you got to do is drive up in the hills and open the floodgates of the storage reservoir.
Oh, yes, storage reservoir.
You know we got one, don't you? You're the water commissioner. Says here in fine print.
No, Charlie.
You better give me some water down here, Commissioner. Your name's going to be mud, like the bottom of the reservoir.
Watch it, Charlie.
Let's get on the ball, Commissioner.
Oh. He hung up. Shouldn't have called him in the first place. Fine day you picked to come to the office with me, Leroy. Everything's gone wrong.
This is fun. What are you going to tell the mayor, Unc?
Well, the water commissioner's figured out a plan already. Don't you worry. You wait here in the mayor's reception room, my boy.
Hey, magazines, just like a dentist's office.
Yeah, they're older, Leroy. Terwilliger's been in office a long time.
Oh, Democrat.
Little Leroy.
That you out there, Gildersleeve?
Oh, yes, Mr. Mayor. Thought I'd drop in for a little chat about things.
Who came in with you?
A little nephew, Leroy.
Oh. Gildersleeve, that cartoon in this morning's paper was very embarrassing to me. Very embarrassing.
Well, let's not take it too hard, Mr. Mayor.
Why, just look at this, Gildersleeve. You as Jack, and me, the mayor, made up like Jill with a dress on.
Well, I'm in knee pants.
Gildersleeve, this is bad publicity. It's so humiliating, I'm going to take charge of this water situation myself.
Now, Mr. Mayor, that won't be necessary. All I have to do is drive up to the storage reservoir and release more water. That'll take care of the situation.
Naturally. Any dunderhead knows that.
Yeah.
But it won't answer the press, Gildersleeve. We've got to do something spectacular, something dramatic, something that will make headlines for the city water department.
I could go up there on snowshoes.
No, Gildersleeve. I have a real stunt in mind, and I'm going to handle it personally.
But, Mr. Mayor, I'm the water commissioner.
Yes.
Water is my responsibility, and I insist upon meeting my responsibilities.
No, Gildersleeve, this is quite a daring plan. It calls for a lot of nerve.
Well, if there's anything I've got, it's nerve. And I'm willing to do anything for the good of the water department.
Very well, then, if you insist.
I insist.
Splendid spirit, Gildersleeve. Under the circumstances, I think you deserve the limelight.
Well, that's very nice of you.
So you can fly up there in the helicopter.
Helicopter?
Yes, I've hired one to come over here from the Hub City Airport. You and Charlie Anderson will take off tomorrow morning at 7 for the upper reservoir.
But, Mr. Mayor, is this trip necessary? I mean, in a helicopter.
Oh, they're getting a lot of publicity, Gildersleeve. Landing on buildings, delivering mail, doing stunts.
Stunts? But, Mr. Mayor...
Hey, Uncle, you going up in a helicopter? Oh, boy, keen.
I don't know, Leroy. I'm not sure I know much about them.
Why, you've seen them, Gildersleeve. Those planes with 2 propellers.
Yeah, no wings.
No wings? Oh, yeah.
They're swell, Unc. Can I go along with you?
I'm afraid there won't be room, Leroy.
Come to think of it, I hate to have you miss this trip, Mr. Mayor. You sure you don't want to reconsider and go up in my place?
Now, Gildersleeve, the newspapers will make a lot of your flying over the reservoir. You'll make a big splash.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. Well, hello, Bertie.
Hello, Mr. Wall.
Everything all set for Thanksgiving Day dinner?
Yes, sir. You ought to see how I'm going to fix that turkey.
Bet it'll be good. Going to have parquet and biscuits?
Sure am. And that turkey...
Nice part is, with parquet, you can be sure the spread you use is just as nourishing as it is delicious.
Going to use scabs of parquet on my mashed potatoes, too. And about that big roast turkey...
Sure, parquet's wonderful on potatoes as well as biscuits. After all, it's prepared like a rare luxury food from selected products of American farms. And you can pile it on those potatoes because it costs only about half as much as the most expensive spreads.
Mr. Wall, there's something I want to say about basting that turkey.
Basting the turkey? Oh, I thought we were talking about tasting parquet.
I'm talking about good tasting basting, that's what. I'm saying that turkey's going to be good tasting because of the basting I give it with parquet.
Oh, I get it.
I'm saying it don't make no difference how you use parquet because it tastes so good. Tastes like it should cost twice as much.
Well, friends, why not put parquet on your table? That's Parkay, the margarine made by Kraft that tastes like it should cost twice as much.
Good tasting every which way, basting or biscuit.
Now let's return to the great Gildersleeve. The man who's never been higher off the ground than when he got a hot foot at the Jolly Boys Club is slated to go up in a helicopter tomorrow morning.
No wings, eh? Of course, Marjorie, if you children don't want me to go.
What?
My first obligation is to my little family, not to the water department. A lot of families feel funny about their breadwinners going up in the air.
Oh, I think it's wonderful, Unky.
You do? Of course, some families don't care what happens to their breadwinners, I guess.
Unky, don't be silly. We love you dearly.
I don't know.
If helicopters weren't so safe, we'd never let you go up. Besides, we want to see your picture in the paper.
Oh, yeah, big splash. What's that noise?
Sounds like a plane.
Hey, come on outside. It's your helicopter.
Oh? Didn't think they were flying it over here tomorrow.
Oh, let's go out and see it, Unky.
Yeah, I guess I better go out and have a look at it.
Look, Unky, it's just hanging there right over the street.
Leroy, don't stand under it.
Okay.
And put that slingshot away. You come up here on the porch.
Look, Uncky's bending sideways, standing right up on his tail.
Oh, look at him. Isn't that breathtaking?
Silly daredevil.
Look, he's waving down at somebody.
Oh, Marjorie, you go inside.
Oh, Unky.
Fresh show off. The idea. And to think I have to go up with that maniac.
What's going on out here, Miss Gildersleeve?
Just watching the helicopter, Bertie.
Heli who?
Yeah. Helicopter.
Oh, what's that thing doing around here? Has the Cold War got hot?
No, Bertie.
That's the plane Unky and Mr. Anderson are going up in tomorrow.
Hey, look at it go. I'm going to chase it.
You going up in that thing, Miss Gildersleeve?
Well, I'm considering it.
You must be a brave man. You wouldn't catch Bertie stepping into that thing, no, sir.
Nothing to worry about, Bertie. Looks safe, doesn't it?
Safe? What happened to the wings, Mr. Gildersleeve? They fall off?
No, Bertie. That's the way it's built. No wings.
Then what holds it up?
Well, that big propeller holds it up.
Oh, so that's what that thing's for. Looks like an egg beater gone crazy.
Now, Bertie, it's not that flimsy. I don't think.
You wouldn't catch Bertie risking her life limb in pursuit of happiness in that thing, no, sir.
It's not that bad, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, what do I do with your turkey dinner if you don't get back?
Bertie!
In time to eat it, I mean.
Just save me the wings, Bertie. No wings, eh? Fine Thanksgiving tomorrow's gonna be. Think I'll stop in and get a Thanksgiving cigar and smoke it tonight. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this afternoon?
Give me a cigar, Peavy.
Your customary brand, El Lobo?
No, not today. Give me a Havana.
Well, the festive type cigar. I imagine you're having a big turkey at your house tomorrow, huh?
Oh, yeah, big turkey.
Well, Mrs. Peavy and I thought we'd stuff a small duck.
Oh?
We don't particularly care for turkey, so when Thanksgiving comes around, we always duck the turkey. Duck, turkey. That was a little witticism, Mr. Gildersleeve.
That was a very little witticism, Peavy. And I'm in no mood for it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Gildersleeve. You do seem a little out of sorts. Care to have a Coke on the house?
Thanks, Peavy. Guess I am a little upset. Excuse me. The mayor wants Charlie Anderson and me to go up in the hills to the storage reservoir tomorrow to release some water. Have to get the pressure up.
Oh. Well, I didn't want to complain, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I've noticed at the fountain all I get on fizz drinks is fizz.
Now, we'll take care of it, Peavy, if all goes well with the helicopter.
How's that?
That's the way we're going up there. How do you feel about helicopters, Peavy?
Well, I was reading about them in a magazine just the other day. Said the average U.S. housewife can fly one.
Well, that may be, but I'm not the average U.S. housewife.
No, I guess you're not.
I've never been up in the air, Peavy. I'm not so sure I want to leave the ground.
Oh, you'll come back to it, all right. There's the old saying, all that goes up must come down.
Oh.
Law of gravity.
I'm aware of gravity. That's what bothers me.
Flying up there should be an exhilarating experience. Like the song goes, off we go into the wild blue yonder.
Peavy! You seem to think this is nothing but a lark. I suppose you'd grab at the chance to fly up there.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, just as I thought.
Well, I don't know if I could stand the altitude, huh? I'm not a young man anymore.
Peavy, you're no older than Charlie Anderson, and he's going up. Say, maybe Charlie Anderson shouldn't try to stand that altitude either. And if the engineer can't go, there's no use in me going. Peavy, I'm going out and see Charlie Anderson.
Yeah, wait a minute, Mr. Gildersleeve. We forgot to drink our Cokes.
Oh, yeah. Well, bottoms up.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Oh?
As we lift our Cokes on high, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we may...
Oh, put me on. So, Charlie, as you know, I've always prided myself on thinking of my employees first. I don't think you should go. Of course, if you don't go, I won't get to go either.
But, Commissioner, I want to go.
You're an old man, Charlie. What if something happens?
I've lived my 70. I kind of hope something does.
Charlie, don't say that. At your age, you don't dare take chances.
You'll be surprised some of the chances I've taken in my young life, Commissioner. Oh, you kid.
All right, Charlie.
Could it be, Commissioner, you're a little afraid to go up?
Charlie.
Of course, I can understand why. It'd be pretty hard to get you off the ground with all that ballast you carry.
All right, Charlie, I'll see you out there at 7 o'clock. We'll see who's afraid. No wings, eh? That's 7 o'clock in the morning. Hate to go up at that hour. Hate to get up at that hour. Wonder what Adeline will think about this trip. She has something to lose, too. Say, maybe she'll try to talk me out of it. And the mayor can't blame a man if his wife-to-be won't let him go. You're sly, Gildersleeve.
Well, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Adeline.
Come in, lover boy.
Thank you.
Oh, just think, Throckmorton. It won't be long now.
Huh?
Until we'll be married, and you won't have to ring the doorbell to come in.
Oh, yeah. Adeline, when you come over tomorrow for Thanksgiving, I want you to promise you'll enjoy the dinner, even though I may not be there.
Why won't you be there, Throckmorton?
Well, I'm going on an expedition for the water department. An emergency has arisen.
Oh, I read what they said about you in the water department in this morning's paper, and I resent it.
Well, I'll make them eat their words if it kills me. Did you hear what I said, Adeline?
What?
I said if it kills me.
Good, Throckmorton. I'm all for you.
What? But, Adeline, you don't understand. I'm flying to the upper reservoir.
You're flying up there?
In a helicopter. First thing in the morning.
Good gracious. Have you thought of the danger involved?
Well, no, but I thought you might.
Oh, you have responsibilities, Throckmorton.
Well, yes, there's Marjorie and Leroy. But you know how children are. They never think of the future.
Well, I'm thinking of my future. And let's not forget that sweet little baby we're going to adopt.
I know, Adeline. But it's my job and my duty. I must go up.
Oh, Throckmorton.
I know you don't want me to go, but I'll be back. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, you're so brave, Throckmorton. You sound just like my grandfather Bedford Devereaux when he stepped into the basket of that balloon.
Balloon?
He told Grandmother Devereaux he'd be back for lunch, and he didn't show up until supper 2 weeks later.
Of course, Adeline, if you don't want me to go, I won't.
What?
I shouldn't just think about my duties at the water department. It isn't fair to you and the little baby.
But, Throckmorton, I want you to go.
Huh?
I'll make the sacrifice.
You will? But, Adeline...
A good woman should never keep her man from doing his duty. I'd rather have a deep respect for your memory.
Well, there's my little helicopter warming up. Still no wings.
Well, good morning, Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
I see you're here on the dot, 7 o'clock.
Well, I could have been here at 5. I was awake. Where's Charlie Anderson?
Oh, he'll be along. Come over here, Gildersleeve. I want you to meet your pilot.
Pilot? Oh, yes. I've seen him in action.
Mr. Clark, this is Water Commissioner Gildersleeve.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Gildersleeve. How do you do? Makes a lot of noise, don't it? What happened?
The motor cut out. It's a little cold this morning.
Wonder what'll happen up there where it's really cold.
Well, don't start it again till we've had our pictures taken for the press, Mr. Clark.
Right.
Gildersleeve, you stand on that side, and I'll stand over here with my arm around the pilot.
Yeah, all right.
Take about 5 of them, boys. That's why we're doing this, isn't it, Gildersleeve?
Oh, yes, that's why we're doing it. Say, Clark, you're a little young, aren't you?
Young? I'm 21.
21?
Oh, you've got nothing to worry about, Commissioner. I can turn one of these hot rod spiders inside out.
Well, don't do it while I'm up there.
Besides, if anyone should be nervous, I should.
Huh?
Of course, I've flown a lot of freight, but you're my first human passenger.
I am?
What's going on there, Gildersleeve? Smile for the camera.
Oh, yeah, smile. I'll try.
Hold the camera! Hold the camera! You've got to get the engineer in them pictures.
Well, here's Charlie.
Oh, what's the matter, Commissioner? You look a little white around the gills.
Gills? Oh, I'll be all right, Charlie. I think I'll step over to the fountain and get a drink of water before we take off.
Hey, Commissioner, don't turn on the water.
Charlie, my mouth's dry. I have to have a drink. It may be my last.
Oh!
Right in the face. Charlie, what's happened to the water pressure? That's more than we ever had.
Dad, blast it, Commissioner. Why'd you have to go and spoil everything?
What's that, Charlie?
We got so low on water last night, I hiked up there and opened the gates.
You mean the pressure's up? Charlie, why didn't you tell me before?
What, miss a trip in this newfangled helicopter? Think I'm crazy?
Yes. Hey, you hear that, Mr. Mayor? The pressure's up. We don't have to go.
What's this, Gildersleeve?
Yeah, but let's take some more pictures, this time with my arm around the pilot.
One taste of crisp toast topped with parquet margarine, and you'll be convinced that this margarine is prepared like a rare luxury food. For parquet tastes like a luxury. It's delicious on rolls, pancakes, crackers, as well as bread. It's nutritious and economical. Though parquet costs only about half as much as the most costly spreads, it gives you all their nourishment plus 15,000 units of vitamin A. Tomorrow, get parquet, the margarine that tastes like it should cost twice as much. Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. Be sure to listen next week. We're going to announce the winners of Ford sedans in Parquet's final contest.
So you didn't have to go up in the helicopter, huh, Unc?
No, Leroy. But I would have gone up. I was all prepared. Help me off with this overcoat. It's heavy.
Oh, gosh, Unc, you're putting on weight, aren't you? You sure look fatter in this overcoat.
Well, Leroy, I wouldn't want you to tell anybody, but there's a parachute back there.
What a character.
Yeah. Now, let's go eat the turkey. Good night, folks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. Adeline Fairchild by Miss Una Merkel. The show was written by John Elliott and Andy White with music by Jack Meakin.
Oh?
Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Wall saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products.
Good night, John.
Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Have you had a hankering for some of that old-fashioned, aged, natural American cheese? Then you'll be glad to know that now, for the first time since before the war, Kraft has plenty of those mellow golden wheels and longhorns. For the past several years, the demand for cheese has been so great that it's been difficult to set aside enough for aging. But now, at long last, Kraft has enough to supply your dealer with all he wants. Ask him for a big wedge cut from a golden wheel of mellow, good, aged, natural American. Just be sure to get the kind that's been carefully aged by the master cheesemakers of Kraft. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Kraft
Foods Company presents Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet margarine. Millions of women all over America serve Parquet because it tastes so good. Why, Parquet tastes like it should cost twice as much.
To market, to get some Parquet. Home again, try it today. You'll like it, you'll love it, like millions who say their favorite margarine is
Parkay, Parquet margarine, made by Kraft. It's one of those gray, chill December days in Summerfield. The kind of a day when it's nice to stay in and bask in the warmth and comfort of home. And that's where we find the Great Gildersleeve this Saturday morning, contentedly toasting himself before a warm fire in the living room.
Well, guess I'm about done on this side. I'll turn around. This is nice. Wish I didn't have to go to work this morning. Why did I have to be a water commissioner? Just a slave to the public.
Oh, you still here, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie.
Aren't you going to work this morning?
Yes, I'm going. I don't have to be there at the crack of dawn, you know.
No, sir. Did you know it's 10 o'clock, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie, I can see the clock.
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock's pretty late to be going to work.
Bertie, you just run the house and let the commissioner run the water department.
Okay, Commissioner, but this house would sure be a mess if I didn't start to work till 10 o'clock.
Guess I should get started. Well, a few more minutes won't hurt.
Oh, hello, Unky.
Oh, hello, Marjorie. Oh, who's your little friend crawling on the floor there? Hello, baby. You certainly get around these days. Where do you think you're going?
I'd better put her on the couch.
Yeah, good idea. I'll do it. Come on, baby. My, you're getting heavy. There. Sit still now.
Uncle Mort, aren't you going to work this morning?
Work? Of course I am.
Well, aren't you going pretty soon? It's 10 o'clock, and you only work half a day on Saturday.
I know that. Why is everybody trying to push me out of my own house? Of course, I'm not entitled to any rest. I'm just the man who pays the bills around here, that's all.
Oh, Unky.
Well?
Can I see the paper a minute?
Certainly, my dear.
I want to look at the ads. You know, it's time to start thinking about Christmas shopping.
Hi, Unc.
Good morning, Leroy.
Hey, aren't you going to work this morning?
No, Leroy. I've quit my job. We're going to live on my pension from the Spanish-American War.
What? Are you kidding? Can I have $12.75?
What?
I just figured out my Christmas list, and that's what I need to buy presents. $12.75.
Is that so?
Yep. I'm not going to wait like I did last year. I'm going to do my Christmas shopping early.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you'll just give me the money.
Just a minute, young man. Has it ever occurred to you that you might try to earn a little money yourself?
Huh?
You heard me. You don't have to run to me for every penny. Wouldn't hurt you to go to work.
Go to work? A little kid like me?
Leroy, I'm not sending you to the coal mines, you know. I'm just talking about a part-time job. That's the only way you'll learn the value of money, my boy. It'll build your character. Why, George, I worked when I was your age. You want to grow up to be like me, don't you? Leroy?
Oh, sure.
All right, then. It'll be good for you. Lots of boys work after school.
Of course. Francie's brother does.
Francie's brother does.
No. What do you say, Leroy?
Well...
You don't have to work forever. Just earn your Christmas money. Working will be a lot of fun. The feeling of independence, the pride of accomplishment.
Gee, I don't know where to look.
Well...
Here's the paper. You can look in the want ads.
Great idea, my dear.
Marge, why don't you mind your own business?
I don't have to.
No, infants. Let's see here. Personals. Lost and found. Here we are. Help wanted. Accountant? Bartender? No. Oh, yeah, this sounds just like the thing. Boy wanted to deliver telegrams, part-time. Must have bicycle. See Mr. Marshall immediately, Summerfield Telegraph Office. That's just the job for you, Leroy. Good, healthy outdoor work. And you love to ride a bicycle.
Gee, I don't know, Unc.
Well, Leroy, it's up to you. I'm not going to force this on you. Just thought you'd like to assume a little responsibility. Earn some money of your own. But if you want to take a job, you don't have to.
All right, I won't.
You will, too. Come on, young man. I'm going to deliver you to the telegraph company. Well, here we are, Leroy.
Yeah.
There's the telegraph office. All the bicycles out in front. See it?
Yeah.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Can't you come in with me?
Leroy, don't be a fraidy cat. Just walk in the door like a little man and ask for Mr. Marshall.
Maybe he already hired somebody.
Now, we don't know that, so go on now. He won't bite you.
Okay.
That's a boy. Good luck, Leroy. My goodness, walk faster than that, Leroy. They don't hire snails to deliver telegrams, you know.
Okay.
Can't blame him for being nervous. Just a kid. There he goes in the door. Little Leroy. Little Leroy going to work. Well, every little bird has to leave the nest someday. And you can't tell. A lot of great men started as messenger boys. But if he works hard, minds his P's and Q's, someday Leroy might be president of the telegraph company. Think of that. We'll be able to send all our telegrams free. Oh, here he comes. He's running. Must have good news. Yes, sir. Here comes the future president. Well, Leroy, did Mr. Marshall give you the job?
Nope. I didn't ask him.
What?
When I got in there, I was too scared.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, gee, Unc, he made me nervous. I got all tongue-tied.
Didn't you say anything to him?
Yeah. I asked him what time it was.
What? Ye gods, what's the matter with you, Leroy? Well, you're not going to get out of it this easy, young man. If you won't go in and ask for that job, I'll go in and get it for you. Will that be all right?
Sure.
Well, that's fine. You wait here, Leroy.
Okay.
I don't know what kids are coming to, afraid to ask for a job. Well, I'll help them out this time. Show them how to handle a situation like this. Here goes. Guess that's Mr. Marshall behind the counter there. No wonder Leroy was scared. Old bushy eyebrows. Mr. Marshall?
Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning. Would you like to send a wire?
Huh?
Just write your message on the blank there, and please print plainly.
But, Mr. Marshall, I didn't come here to send a telegram.
What?
I want to talk to you about a job.
Job?
Yes, you advertise in the paper for a messenger boy. No. Now, you see,
You're a little old for a messenger boy, aren't you?
I know that.
We did hire some old fellows during the war, but they didn't work out very well.
What? Now, look here.
Some of them had rheumatism so bad they could hardly ride a bicycle.
For your information, I don't have rheumatism.
Well, maybe not, but anyway, you're too fat.
Oh!
We don't have a uniform big enough to fit you.
I only wear 44. Now, see here, you.
If I were you, I'd try some other line of work. Tubby?
Oh, goodbye. Tubby. If I didn't have my overcoat on, I'd have punched him right in the nose. Wouldn't have Leroy working for a man like that if he never... Huh?
Did you get me the job?
Well, no. I changed my mind, Leroy.
Huh?
I don't think that's the right job for you.
Oh, boy, then I don't have to go to work, huh?
I didn't say that, Leroy. There were a lot of other jobs advertised in the paper.
Oh.
The nerve of that fella calling me Tubby.
What'd you say, Unc?
Yes, nothing, Leroy. Hand me the want ads. Wonder how Leroy's making out. Should be an easy job for him, wrapping packages. Been there quite a while now. Maybe he's... Oh, here he comes. Did you get the job, Leroy?
No.
Well, what happened?
Well, he wanted to try me out, so he had me tie a package.
Then what'd he say?
Get out.
Yeah. Well, let's try another place. Well, did you get this job, Leroy?
No, he said I was too small.
Did you get this job, Leroy?
No, he said I was too big.
Did you get this job, Leroy?
No, he said I was...
I know. Never mind. I'll take you home. Hello, Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Well, you can give me a hot cup of coffee. I've been driving around in the cold all morning.
Very well. It is a little nippy out today.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you are.
thanks. Yeah, thought it wouldn't hurt Leroy to earn a little Christmas money, so I've been out with him trying to find him a job.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Funny he couldn't get one. You'd think anybody would jump at a chance to hire a boy like Leroy. Don't you think so, Peavy?
You care for some cream, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Huh? Thanks. Say, Peavy, I just thought of something.
Yes?
Leroy worked for you last year, didn't he?
Well, he was down here.
Yes, sir, by George, and if he worked for you last year, there's
have
no
a
reason...
donut, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Peavy?
They're very good with coffee.
Peavy, I'm trying to talk to you.
All right, go ahead.
The Christmas rush is just starting, and you're going to be pretty busy around this drugstore.
Well, I hope so.
And you certainly could use some help around here the next few weeks, couldn't you?
Yes, I believe I could.
And a schoolboy would be just the thing. Young, active.
Yes, sounds like the type, all right.
Well, what about Leroy?
What about him?
He's looking for a job.
Yes, I hope he finds one.
Oh, Peavy, what's the matter with you? Leroy is just what you need around this drugstore.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
No, you tell him, Mr. Wall.
Oh, go ahead, Bertie.
But, Mr. Wall.
Oh, come on, Bertie. You tell him.
But, Mr. Wall, you ought to tell him. That part about Parquet's nutrition, that's your specialty.
Well, those nourishing qualities in Parquet margarine are pretty important, you know, Bertie.
Sure, Mr. Wall, sure. Parquet's just busted with units and essentials.
You mean that it contains 15,000 units of essential vitamin A?
I knew you'd say it much better, Mr. Wall. That's your specialty.
And, friends, nourishing as it is, Parquet costs only about half as much as the most expensive spreads. Now, that's something when you consider that Parquet is prepared like a rare luxury food from the selected products of American farms. But you know, the really important thing is the delicious Parquet flavor.
And the real important part, that's my specialty.
Parquet's got a light, delicate taste.
Tastes so good. That's what you mean. Tastes like it should cost twice as much. Hot breads, waffles, toast, biscuits, pancakes. Parquet tastes scrumptious on all of them.
Friends, why not try Parquet margarine this week? That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. That delicate Parquet flavor will be your specialty once you try Parquet. Once you find out it tastes like it should cost twice as much. Well, the great Gildersleeve was so busy this morning trying to find a job for Leroy that he never got to work himself. It's lunchtime now, and we find the great man, cold and disgruntled, clumping up the front walk.
Looks like Leroy will never get a job. Guess I'll just give him the $12.75 and forget about it. Getting colder. I'll be glad to get in the house.
Hiya.
Oh, hello, Leroy. I'll be right there, Leroy. Wait till I take off my overcoat. Huh? You eating already?
Yeah. Say,
Leroy, I think we'll just forget about you working. I'll just give you the money.
I don't need it, Unc.
What?
I got a job.
You did? Where?
Selling papers for the Summerfield Indicator.
Well, little Leroy got a job. I'm proud of you, my boy.
Thanks.
I'm glad you didn't give up. How'd you get the job? Just go in and ask for it like a little man?
Well, no. Piggy got sick and he asked me to take his place.
Oh. Well, anyway, you got a job. When do you start?
Right away, Unc. I'm going right down and pick up my papers. I got the corner at 8th and Main.
8th and May? Well, that's fine. Choice location.
Oh, hello, Uncle Mort. Is lunch ready?
Yeah, just about, I guess. Leroy's eating early. He has a job, you know.
Yes, I know. And I don't think you ought to let him go.
What?
I think it's too cold for him to stand on that corner all day.
Well, do you think so, Leroy?
No, I'll be okay.
It's going to be awfully windy down there.
Who cares about a little wind? I'm no sissy.
Well, all right, my boy. Want me to drive you down? I'm going to Floyd's for a haircut pretty soon.
No, thanks, Unc. I'll ride my bike.
Yeah, Leroy, a little working man.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bertie.
Here's your pie, Leroy.
Thanks. I'll eat it on the way. I got to get to work.
That's right. Leroy's a little working man now.
Yes, sir. Leroy, you bundle up good now if you're going to stand on that cold corner all day.
I will.
And don't forget your muffler.
I won't. Well, here I go. Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Oh, dear.
Extra, extra.
Leroy, maybe you better save your voice till you get down there.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Goodbye, my boy, and good luck.
Extra!
There he goes. I'm glad he's down on 8th and Main, though. A little breadwinner. He's all right, that boy.
Yes, sir. I hope he stays that way.
What?
This ain't no day for a little boy to be standing out on a cold corner.
No, Bertie, he'll be all right.
No, sir. Freezing out there on that corner just to make a few pennies.
Bertie, it's not the money. It's the principle of the thing.
Principle of the thing ain't going to stop him from catching pneumonia, and that's what he's going to get standing on that cold corner.
It is awfully cold today, Unky.
Now, Marjorie.
I can just see him shivering there on that cold corner.
Now, Bertie.
And it looks like it's going to snow.
Poor little fella standing on that corner covered with snow.
Now, Bertie, it isn't snowing, and Leroy is going to be all right. Let's forget about the whole thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, what am I going to have for lunch?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're going to have hot soup, hot meat, hot gravy, and hot cornbread. And while you're eating it, Leroy's going to be standing down there on that cold corner.
Oh, my goodness. This is one of my bad days.
Well, hello, Commish.
Hello, Floyd.
Well, if it isn't our esteemed water commissioner.
And look who's in the barber chair, the Honorable Judge Hooker. What are you doing? Getting your whiskers trimmed, you old goat?
That was supposed to be a humorous remark, Floyd.
Just take off your overcoat, Commish. You're next.
Yeah, thanks.
Kind of cold out today, huh?
I don't know. I don't feel it.
You know what they say, where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
Yes, I suppose that was a humorous remark.
Well, there you are, Judge. That ought to hold you till next time.
Thank you, Floyd. There you are.
Thanks, Judge. All right, Commish.
Come on, get out of the way, Judge.
Well, Gildy, I suppose you're getting all prettied up to see your intended Miss Fairchild.
Well, I am going to see her after a while.
Be sure to give her my best. And say hello to your family. I suppose they're all home around the fireside on a day like this.
Well, all but Leroy. He's working today.
Working?
Yes. Just got a part-time job to earn a little Christmas money. He's selling papers at 8th and Main.
He's down on that corner on a cold day like this?
Now, Judge, don't you start that. A little cold isn't going to hurt anybody.
Well, it seems to me, Gildy, a boy of his age.
It seems to me, Gildy.
Just keep your 2 cents out of this, Hooker. I know what's best for my family.
Now, fellas.
Well, I was only making a comment.
The trouble with you is, Judge, you comment too much, you old windbag.
What? Who are you calling a windbag, you fathead?
Fellas, gee whiz. I'm Leroy's uncle, Judge, and when I want any advice from a shyster lawyer like you, I'll ask for it.
Shyster? Now, look here, Gildy.
Oh, go chase an ambulance.
Yeah. Good day.
Good day. I sure told off that old Budinsky, didn't I, Floyd?
Huh?
I don't know what everybody's worrying about. Leroy will be all right. Don't you think so, Floyd?
Well, like you say, you're the kid's uncle. It's up to you.
But, Floyd...
If you want to let Leroy freeze out there, it's none of my business.
He's not...
I guess the kid's health don't matter as long as he makes a few measly bucks.
What? Now, Floyd, do you think I'd do anything like that?
Well, if the pants fit, put 'em on.
I wouldn't do anything to hurt Leroy. You know that.
Ha!
Honest, Floyd, I didn't think it would hurt him.
Oh, I suppose it's good for the kid, shivering on some corner, standing in the snow.
Snow?
Take a look out the window there. What do you think that white stuff coming down is? Goose feathers?
Oh, my goodness. It is snowing. Let me out of here, Floyd. I'll get my coat. See you later. It is cold. Look at that snow. Glad I wore this heavy coat. Poor little Leroy. Standing on that corner. I better get down there right away. It's all my fault. If I let him go, he's probably frozen blue by now. Leroy! I'm coming, my boy! There's the corner. I wonder if he isn't here. That's funny. He said 8th and Main. He might have... No, his papers are here on the stand. What's that sign say? Back soon. Please put money for papers in tin can. Leroy printed that sign all right. Nobody else would spell please with a Z. Probably went someplace to get warm. Poor little fellow. I'll just wait here for him. Better straighten out his papers. I'm getting a little windblown.
Boy, give me a paper, please.
Huh?
I want to buy a paper.
But, madam...
Never mind, slowpoke. I'll help myself.
Yeah.
Here's your nickel.
Yep.
Slowest newsboy I ever saw.
Oh, my goodness. She thinks I'm... Well, anyway, I made a sale for Leroy. Wish you'd hurry back.
Hello there.
What?
Remember me? I'm Mr. Marshall from the Telegraph Company.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I see you finally got a job.
Yep. Mr. Marshall, I'm not...
Don't apologize. There's nothing wrong with selling papers. It's good, honest toil.
Yes, I know.
Many of our great men got started that way.
Mr. Marshall,
Anyway, this is better work for you than being a messenger boy. Here's a dime for good luck.
Now, look here.
That's all right. Glad to help you, Tubby.
Oh, goodbye. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. I wonder where Leroy is. I'd like to get in a warm place myself. When he gets back here, I'm going to take him home. Wonder how much he's made today. I get my hand in this little can. Pretty tight squeeze.
Just a minute there, Bud.
What? Oh, well, hello, officer.
What are you taking that money out of there for?
Well, I was just going to count it.
Yeah?
You see, it belongs to my little nephew.
Tell that to your Aunt Minnie.
Who?
Get your fist out of that can.
What? Oh, sure.
Well, hurry up.
No, I'm trying to. It's a little tight. There.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself, stealing pennies from a newsboy?
Now, just a minute, officer.
With Christmas coming, too? Oh, that's pretty low. I ought to run you in.
Now, just a minute. I'm Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
So what?
I happen to be water commissioner of this town.
Sure, and I'm the governor of Idaho.
You must be new on the force, so you'd know that. Why, every policeman in town knows me.
I'll bet they do.
Oop. I tell you that I... Well, here comes a friend of mine. He'll identify me. Oh, Judge Hooker.
Well, what's going on here?
Oh, thank goodness you've come along, Horace. I was waiting here for Leroy, and this policeman tried to accuse me of taking his paper money.
He did?
Yes, isn't that silly? He refuses to believe I'm water commissioner.
Is that so?
So, Horace, old friend, if you'll just tell this greenhorn flatfoot who I am.
Oh, do you know this man, sir?
I never saw him before in my life.
Judge!
I'm not a judge. I'm just a shyster lawyer.
I was only kidding, Horace. Judge, where are you going?
Sorry, I must be off. I've got to go chase an ambulance.
Well...
So I'm a greenhorn flatfoot, eh?
You are? Did I say that?
I think I will run you in, stealing pennies from a...
No, just a minute, flatfoot. I mean, officer. Why would I take a few pennies? I've got money. See? There's a $5 bill.
Well,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give it to the newsboy. I'll put it in a little can here. There. How's that? $5.
Well, okay, I'll let you off this time, but get moving.
But I'd like to wait here for my...
Beat it! What a commissioner.
Oh, my goodness.
that you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie. Leroy come home?
No, sir.
Wonder where he is.
Guess he's still down there standing on that cold corner.
Well, no, he isn't, Bertie. I was just down there. He was gone.
Gone? Poor little fella probably got pneumonia and they carried him away.
Now, Bertie.
That cold corner.
Oh, my goodness. Hope nothing has happened to Leroy. I wonder if...
Hi, Unc.
Leroy, you all right, my boy?
Sure.
You didn't catch cold or anything?
Catch cold? Of course not. I was in a nice warm movie all afternoon.
What? You were?
Sure. You know, selling papers is a cinch, Unc.
It is?
Sure. It got kind of cold, so I just left a tin can for people to put their money in. And I went to a movie. Pretty slick, huh?
Yeah.
I sold a lot of papers. And what do you think, Unc? I found a $5 bill in the tin can.
Oh, really?
The policeman said some fat guy put it there. Wasn't that nice of him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, wait till I tell Bertie.
Wonder if I ought to take that $5 back. Nah. Let him keep it. What the heck?
Here they are, winners in the final week of Parquet's $50,000 contest. 4 more entrants who won 1949 Ford sedans. Mrs. Robert Bowers of East Aurora, New York. Mrs. Harry Rogers of Miami, Arizona. Mrs. J.C. Walker of Birmingham, Alabama. Mrs. D.M. Greenland of San Francisco, California. Congratulations to all of you.
Yes, indeed.
And to the 140 other winners. By next week, we'll be able to announce the name actually chosen for the Gildersleeve baby. And we'll also be able to tell you who submitted that name and won the grand prize. Be sure to listen next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of us are interested in planning for the future. There's that home we want to buy someday, or that trip we want to take, or that college education for our children. Well, the way to make those plans come true is to start saving now. And one of the best ways to save is to buy United States savings bonds regularly. Savings bonds are safe, they're profitable, and for every $3 invested, you get back $4. And they're convenient to buy. Use the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank. Pave the way to your future with United States savings bonds. Thank you, and good night.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry. The show was written by Gene Stone and Jack Robinson with music by Jack Meakin. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Richard LeGrand. This is John Wall saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Do that.
Say, do you like mellow-aged, natural American cheese? You know, the kind that comes in the big golden wheels? If so, then you'll be happy to hear that now, at long last, Kraft has plenty of this taste-tempting, old-fashioned cheese. For the past several years, people have been wanting so much cheese that it's been difficult to set aside enough for aging. But now, Kraft can supply your dealer with all he needs. So ask him for aged, natural American, the Kraft kind, the next time you shop. Take home a big wedge cut from a golden wheel. The whole family will enjoy the mellow goodness of natural American cheese that has been so carefully aged by the master cheesemakers of Kraft. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.